Meanwhile, the Department of Agrarian Reform says several of its projects in agrarian reform communities were funded by the DAP. Again, here's Freddie Abando.
The Department of Agrarian Reform was the recipient of 5.3 billion pesos from the Disbursement Acceleration Program from 2011 to 2012. DAR Undersecretary Parungaw said 4 billion pesos was provided as additional funds for the Agrarian Reform Fund, which will cover the payment of just compensation for landowners whose land were distributed to beneficiaries of the government's land reform program. The fund, which was funded by proceeds of money seized by the PCGG, was short to pay landowners who elevated their case for payment before the Supreme Court. The High Court ruled in their favor.
Dalawang beses po kaming na benepisyohan dito sa Disbursement Acceleration Program. Noong taong 2011, na-aprobahan yung aming pong kahilingan na magdagdag po ng 1 bilyon at 300 milyong piso para po sa isang support services program namin na pinopondohan ng Asian Development Bank. No? Ito po yung tinatawag po namin Agrarian Reform Communities Program Part 2 project na kung saan naglaan ng pondong ADB para po sa napakaraming mga rural infrastructure programs, halimbawa mga farm-to-market roads, mga potable water supply or irrigation facilities and the like, na kailangan ding maglabas din ng kaakibat na pondo yung local government unit concern. Problema dito, halos 25% yata ng suma total ng gastusin ang dapat ilabas o erase ng mga LGU, mga munisipyo, mga kapitolyo na hindi nila kayang gawin. Kung kaya itong 1.3 billion na ito ay hiningi po namin para po matulungan ang mga LGU mag-raise ng pondo nang sa ganun makuha at magamit itong inaalok ng ADB nang sa ganun matulungan ang ating mga beneficiaryo. And true enough, once we were able to obtain that 1.3 billion from the DAP, we were able to conduct something like almost 500 rural infrastructure projects.
Another 1.3 billion pesos as counterpart funds were allocated for a project funded by a multilateral agency for several local government units which are implementing programs in agrarian reform communities. Parungaw said almost all of the LGUs did not have the resources to implement 500 projects to cover thousands of families, which will hopefully improve their lives. Parungaw stressed the Aquino government is fully committed in delivering the promise of land reform to reduce poverty incidents in the country.
This prompted therefore the DAR to request for additional funding, which we got in the total amount of something like at least 4 billion papantagdag po dito sa Agrarian Reform Fund. Ito po hindi inaasahang pangyayari. This is an unforeseen contingency which the DAP was in a position to help us with so that we can have enough funds to pursue and continue aggressively our land acquisition projects and activities, which of course will entail payment of just compensation to landowners.
For the People's Television Network, this is Freddie Abando reporting.